So about a year ago, I made a video on the Comica VM30, which is the microphone that you're currently listening to. And I made that video because it had a feature that I hadn't seen in any previous shotgun microphone. It had a normal 3.5mm audio connection like most microphones do, but it also had the ability to connect to your laptop or your smartphone via USB-C for plug-and-play operation as a podcast or live streaming mic. But its main feature, which set it apart, was that it came with a receiver you could connect to your camera, allowing you to use it as a wireless shotgun mic. And in that review video, I had mentioned that it was missing one feature, that if it had it, it might very well be the best shotgun mic out there. And so I had humbly requested of Comica to make sure that in the next iteration of this microphone, they include said feature. So listen up. I can't guarantee that your audio engineers are going to make it to work safely in the morning if you don't add onboard built-in recording to the microphone itself. That way you don't have to worry about wireless interference and dropouts. Okay, good. I'm glad we see eye to eye on that. And well, Comica just released the VM40, and not only did they include the feature that I had requested, but they went above and beyond and added a new feature on top of that really takes this microphone to a whole nother level. So in this video, we'll be testing the audio quality of the VM40, and I'll explain all the new features that, in my opinion, make it well worth the extra $60 over the original VM30. So what I have here is the set that includes 2 microphones, making it perfect for interviews and podcasts. It costs $400, and the set that has a single mic is priced at $250. And whether you go for the single or the double, you'll get a nice carrying case, the updated receiver, a shock mount, a dead cat, and pop filter, and all the cables that you'll need. The mic and receiver have built-in batteries and can be charged via USB-C. It's rated at 10 hours use when in wireless mode and 32 hours of use in wired mode. The pickup pattern is super cardioid, which means it's designed to capture audio coming from the front and reject the audio that's coming in from the sides. It has physical volume control as well as buttons to enable the low pass filter, high frequency boost, and noise cancellation. But personally, I never really use those things because I prefer to process the audio in post. You can monitor the audio in real time as well as control all the functions using Comica's new app available for iOS and Android. So before I test out the audio quality, let me quickly tell you about the new feature they added that totally caught me by surprise because it really supercharges this microphone. Basically, you have 32 gigabytes of memory built into the mic so that it records backup audio to the mic itself, which is what I asked Comica to include. So I take full credit for that, even though I really probably didn't have nothing to do with it, most likely. But beyond that, they also added 32-bit float. And what that means is that it's practically impossible to clip your audio because you can raise or lower your gain as much as you need in post without causing any distortion. That's why 32-bit float is such a game changer. You no longer have to worry about setting your audio levels. But keep in mind, your camera probably can't record in 32-bit float, so you can still clip your audio there. But if you have onboard recording enabled on the mic, you have backup audio that's recorded in 32-bit float, which you can't clip. So props to Comica on that one. Now they might hate me for saying this, but I found one more simple little thing that they can add to this mic that'll make it even better. And it would have been nice if I would have mentioned it in my last video, but I overlooked it. But before I tell you about that, let's quickly check out the audio quality in the wired, the wireless, and the 32-bit float mode. What even is creativity? Creativity is an escape from captivity. But it needs activity. You got to get up and move. Get in your groove. Avoid the ego though, because there's nothing to prove. What even is creativity? Creativity is an escape from captivity, but it needs activity. You got to get up and move. Get in your groove. Avoid the ego though, because there's nothing to prove. What even is creativity? Creativity is an escape from captivity, but it needs activity. You got to get up and move. Get in your groove. Avoid the ego though, because there's nothing to prove. What even is creativity? Creativity is an escape from captivity, but it needs activity. You got to get up and move. Get in your groove. Avoid the ego though, because there's nothing to prove. What even is creativity? Creativity is an escape from captivity, but it needs activity. You got to get up and move. Get in your groove. Avoid the ego though, because there's nothing to prove. What even is creativity? Creativity is an escape from captivity. But it needs activity. You got to get up and move. Get in your groove. Avoid the ego though, because there's nothing to prove. So what do I think? Personally, I think it sounds very good. And keep in mind that my studio is untreated and the walls are concrete, so there's a lot of reverb and echo in here. But in spite of that, it did pretty good. And I think it's safe to say that this is the best shotgun mic out there, at least in terms of value for money. I mean, I could think of a bunch of microphones off the top of my head that do have crispier audio quality, but those are all pro level mics that cost anywhere from $1,200 to $3,000 each. And they don't even have the features that the VM40 has. So would I recommend this microphone? I most definitely would. But what was that thing I mentioned earlier that I would ask Comica to change in the next iteration of this microphone? Well, maybe I'm nitpicking a little bit, but I think it'd be nice if there was some sort of cover that you could put on the microphone to prevent accidental button presses or volume changes. Now, this isn't really an issue if the mic is mounted on top of the camera or if it's boomed outside of the frame. But given the wireless capabilities of this microphone, it makes it perfect for traditional handheld use. And in that scenario, it'd be nice to make sure that the volume and the settings can't be changed accidentally. I left links in the description below to the Comica VM40, as well as a few other mics that I recommend in various price brackets. If you found any value in this video, make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future reviews and tutorials, because they're gonna come in real handy, especially if you're just starting out. And I remember when I was starting out a few years back, I was looking for the absolute cheapest, most affordable mic with decent sound quality. And if you're in a similar situation that I was in, and you just want a simple mic that sounds good without all the fancy features, then I highly recommend you watch this video next, where I tell you about a $36 microphone that sounds amazing. Shout out to Comica for sponsoring this video, and I appreciate you watching to the end. It's Full Line Creative, and I'm out. Peace.